no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Microphone. I know I've got the right stuff um chosen for my microphone and my camera, but I figured out my sound issue and I tried to disable the sound on my camera. It won't work. So I have to do what I did last time when I'm gonna play something, I gotta turn my camera off and then I gotta turn it back on to come back on camera. But hi, Melissa. Thanks for being here today. It's been a while. What have you been up to?
Just been working. It's that time of year where I get home maybe once a week for 24 hours, if I'm lucky, 48, and then have to head right back out.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you made the time to join us today. So what I've done is it's still a members only chat. So only my members are able to chat with us, but the viewing is open to the public. And that's only because I'm going to touch on the video that I put out yesterday because Anita decided to make a couple of comments in the comment section. So we're gonna review it before we get started on our members only birthday thing that we're doing today, and I'm super excited for that. And I want to say hi to everybody. So thank you, Babsy. I don't think I've seen you before, but thank you and happy birthday from the 5th. Hey, Dodie, thank you. You guys were up late last night. Wow, JJ. Good to see you. Hey, Tammy and Angeline. Little Black Bear, as always, thank you for being here. Hey, Gray Wolf, Belinda Believes, and Melissa. Good to see you. Mattis Catter, always a pleasure. Who else do we have? Oh, you're on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio. Dangerous person right there. I'm just kidding. I'm just bugging. Do you have birthday cake with your grandbabies? No, but I wish. Did you guys see on my thumbnail? Let me see if I can pull it up here. Is the cutest thing in the universe. Let me find it here. Right here. I'm gonna pull it up really quickly because when I got there, they had this for me. This is how I roll, you guys. I don't drink, so I do the Diet Coke. You guys all know that, but they've got a little like a what is it called? A bling happy birthday, and then a Diet Coke tower. It was super sweet. It was nice. So that was my birthday cake. I don't really do tonight. I probably will have maybe a piece of cheesecake or something, but yeah, I'm diabetic, so I have to be kind of careful. I use that as my excuse just to say, like, I don't like cake, and then everybody's like, "What do you mean you don't like cake?" So it's just easier for me to say I'm diabetic, so I don't do cake. I just don't like it, to be honest with you. But anyways, that was my birthday cake from my grandbabies. It was a great weekend. Loved every second of it. And who else is here? Share Cares. Awesome to see you. Ori, thank you for being here. It was Ori's birthday just the other day. Marie, thank you for becoming a member again. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for being here. All the other Tauruses. I hope there's a number of us here. 'Cause we're we're the strongest of the zodiac signs, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Who else? All your memberships just expired. I had to cancel my credit card and I forgot to change it. So all of my, which I was kind of thankful for, any of the YouTube memberships that I didn't want anymore, I just, I just forgot. I updated my card for Sunnies and I think that's about it. I think that's about it. So I appreciate that. I can just imagine how wonderful it sounded. Thank you, Marie. And who else? Patriot Girl, good to see you. Your youngest grandson turns 1 on the 29th. Ooh, that's a good age. That's a good age. My youngest grandson turns 1 in August. Bobby Joe, thanks for being here. Hey, helicopter. Can't listen at the trailer, sending love and light to you all. Hi, my beautiful shower, sending hugs to you. Thank you. Trailer, were you camping this weekend? Last weekend? Over the weekend? We had snow in Alberta. Typical May long. And who else? Mm-mm-mm. I don't know if she wants to answer that, but I can ask her after. Hey, Kimber, good to see you. Roots, hey. Hey, Seaweed. Christina? Who else? This is members only, so I can just. Glad you had a great birthday. Still going, Pinky. It's only 1 o'clock here, so I am 52 today, and I have chosen to go. Well, mind you, okay, so my big 50. My big birthday wish was to go to Montana to have a Sonic hot dog. And Ian took me to Montana to have a Sonic hot dog. So, yeah, I'm I'm not, I don't need much to make me happy. He bought me 2 wine barrels today so that I can cut them in half and plant potatoes and flowers. And he's taking me to Red Robin for a gourmet burger later. So that'll be good. You're a Taurus? It's the best. Dodie, my son doesn't like cake either. I can't blame him. Aries in the house. Ooh, there's another one. You scare me. You guys scare me. My dad is a Scorpio, actually, is the strongest. Oh, Dodie, that is not true. Taurus is the strongest. We'll go through it. We're going to touch on it. We're going to go through it. I'm going to prove it to you. Helicopter, thank you so much. Is Sailor Moon here? Did I miss her? She better be here. Gren, thank you for being here so much. And who else? Um, yeah, so if you guys have never had a Sonic hot dog, highly recommend. Worth the drive. And then on our way out, we stopped at, we went to a McDonald's drive-through because I saw a sign that said frozen Diet Coke. Stupid me. I thought it was something amazingly American. It would be great to try, and it was a fucking Slurpee, but whatever. It was a thing. So I did that. And then we went to Target and I got a thing of Arby's sauce. And then I got home to Alberta and I went to a Costco and they had Arby's sauce. Pissed off. And then I bought a Trump chocolate bar. So that was my 50th birthday. So this birthday is a lot less fantastical, I guess, but still good. Still great. She's watching? Okay, good. Well, I need her to be here because do we have any other millennials in the house? I know there's probably going to be some watching, and I don't mean to throw shade on any millennial. I really don't. Both of my children are millennials. They aren't. So, I'm, you know, I'm in the now when it comes to millennials. I get it. I watched it grow up, but still. Gen X is the place to be. But like I promised last members live, we're going to dig into the millennial. And actually, come to think of it, Melissa, you're a millennial, aren't you?
So if you go by the year, yes, but I did all the Gen X stuff. Like I was raised Gen X, even though technically I am right at the cusp of millennial. I do
We go
not
by the year
identify
here.
as a millennial. I identify as Gen X.
You know, you sound just like Sailor Moon. Oh, good. Look at here she is right there, Sailor Moon. Thank you for being here. Did you do your homework? What does stay golden pony boy mean? What does it mean? Remember, remember, you've had a month. What does it mean? What did Gren say here? Hot dog, you kill me with the story. The strawberry limeade would be Tyler to talk about than a hot dog. Have You're in the United States, Gren. You cannot tell me that a Sonic hot dog is not the shit. It is the best. You order your hot dog, you have whatever you want on it. I had a regular hot dog, little bit of cheese, but I also got pickles. They let you put pickles on hot dog. It was the best ever. I'm sorry. I loved it. And because you get to see the commercials from everything they have in the States, and I always wanted to try Sonic. And so, yeah. And I'd go back like in a heartbeat just for a hot dog. In fact, my dad, he's retired, but he still works because he's one of those retirees who gets bored. So he goes and he takes trucks back across the border for this company. And I tell him every time to just stop at Sonic. He's like, I never see one. And I said, you need to Google that shit because your life will never be the same once you have a Sonic dog. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Scorpio has to give you a little sting and pour, you're done. Your big ram, hard to catch me. It's a bull. It's a bull. No little Scorpio sting is going to dissuade a Scorpio. You're a Pisces? Pisces are sweet. They're kind. Aquarius. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I find that the female Aquariuses are a lot more reasonable than the male Aquarius. Just saying. You're gonna be Sagittarius. So my grandson's a Sagittarius, my brother was a Sagittarius, and Ian is a Sagittarius. Or you are not. You wish. You wish. No, I'm telling you, Christina, they don't. These ones don't. They don't. I promise you. I promise you. A Sonic hot dog is next level. I don't even think it's lips and assholes. Okay. There's something in it. It's good. I sure did. That was my birthday wish for my 50th. It was great. Millennial here. Good to see you. You're a Libra. My mother is a Libra. Capricorn. My daughter is a Capricorn, Earth sign. Excellent. 57. Stay golden, pony boy was a quote from the book The Outsider, part of the grade 6 Canadian reading curriculum. Next. Okay, you want next? Watch The Outsiders, the movie. That's your homework for next member's life. Because it's not the same. It hits different. I'm kind, but have no filter and tell things how they are. Yeah, well, that is male versus female in general. Yeah, but you put an astrological sign behind that. It's a little bit more. I don't know if it's part of the curriculum. I just fucking made that part up. We did read it in school. I don't know if it's part of the official curriculum, but we definitely read it in school. But homework, watch the movie. It's good. You won't be disappointed. Oh, really? Oh, really? But they all want to be just referred to as Gen X, Ori. So Sailor Moon is in training. She's doing well. And Melissa has just decided as if she's uh, Gen Z? Is Gen Z the generation that can identify as whatever they want to identify as? Because Melissa has decided as a millennial she's going to identify as a Gen X. No shade. Melissa, but that's not really how it works. I'm I'm just saying.
I don't care. I don't care how it works. I am a Zennial and I was raised Gen X. I I'm Gen X. I don't care what. I mean, technically, yes, I'd be a Zennial, but no, no, I'm not a millennial. I refuse. Nope, not happening. I'm not. I won't finish that sentence. I'll be nice.
Like I said, my kids are millennials, and they're good, decent, hardworking members of society who contribute positively. However, they were brought up in a completely different world than we were. And now they're bringing their children up in yet an even more diverse and the way kids are brought up nowadays makes people of my age cringe. Like I couldn't imagine doing, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but I can't imagine doing like dances and shit like that on TikTok, wanting millions of people to watch me make a complete ass of myself. But this is the goal. Everybody wants the what are they even called? Like the followers or whatever? You know? That's it's crazy. You saw it. Well, then why did you refer to it as the book? I get that it's a book. You're just trying to sound smart. Um, oh, really? Okay, okay, that makes sense. All right. Melissa's not a poser. You stop that. Oh, look at this. A little bit of shade coming at Melissa.
Test
Melissa the
me.
wannabe.
I guarantee you, if you do one of them, are you a Gen Xer test? I guarantee you, I will pass it.
I don't know. I don't even know what to ask, to be honest with you. Because Gen X is just in my blood. This is just who I am as a person. It's just it's just the way it is. So I don't even know what to ask. I think that I had no idea that Melissa was a millennium. No idea. I just assumed because she has such a I'm not going to say anything else because there's nothing wrong with being a millennial. Not really. It's not your fault. Can't blame you. You decided you're gonna identify as a millennial. All right, this is going sideways. I don't get it. Well, we're gonna learn a little bit about millennials, and then we're gonna learn a little bit about Taurus, and then we're gonna round the day out with just some funny TikToks to see where my algorithm takes us. And some of it is pretty fucking dark, if I do say so myself. Which I mean, it is what it is. I'm that girl who falls asleep listening to true crime podcasts. The more brutal, the quicker I fall asleep. Don't ask. I don't know. I don't know why. I am the way that I am. Okay, I had to renew my membership to talk about Sonic shit dogs and pony boys. Whoa, whoa, hustler. Sounds like you just wasted your money if you're going to come in here and talk smack about Sonic. Have you ever had one? I wouldn't do that. They're so good. You'd be eating your words and an extra hot dog if you ever had a Sonic dog. I'm telling you. Eating Tide Pods. Okay, so I would like to touch on that just for like half a second because all millennials are lumped into this small group of millennials who did a challenge because apparently Tide Pods looked edible at some point in time. My kids were too I don't know if they were too old or too young to take part in that, but my millennials never ate a Tide Pod, and I don't think they ever even considered it. So I don't know that we can like pigeonhole all millennials in that small population of dumbasses, right? Did you ever did you ever try to eat a Tide Pod, Melissa?
Well, you see, I have these things called brain cells. So, no, I didn't.
What about you, Sailor Moon? Did you ever did you even did Did any of your friends, because of course you're not going to admit it here, but did any of your friends take part in the Tide Pod challenge? What are you talking about? You guys are disappointing me today. Root strength, thank you. That's very much. Roast you right after we have a Sonic hot dog together, and you tell me you're right. This is pretty damn good. I'm also a Sagittarius. Shocking. But Ian is a Sagittarius, and I will say he also enjoyed the hot dog. And he was not interested in going to Montana to get a hot dog. He did it because it was my 50th. And after it was all said and done, he said that was a pretty damn good hot dog. And he had one of their the raspberry slushies with the whipped cream and the cherry you see on the commercials. He said it was good. April, thank you. What are you guys doing? Thank you so much. Did you ride a Big Wheels? Isn't that a Gen X thing? I know I rode a Big Wheels. Mine was a Barbie one, but Melissa, did you have a Big Wheels?
Well, if he's talking about the trike thing, yes, I did. But I also had, like, my dad was a farmer, so we had these big tractor wheels. And let's just say at least one of them is in the bottom of Dad's pond because I might have got inside and rode it halfway down the hill before I fell out and the tire kept going into the pond.
That's not funny, but it's funny. What does this mean? Seaweed soaking cigs in formaldehyde? What?
I did do that.
You did do that?
Yes, we did that. Me and a couple of my friends did it in biology class or whatever it was, where we dissected the stupid pig and the worm and all that. Yeah, we did do that. And I didn't smoke it, but somebody else did. But we did soak it in formaldehyde. We also went to the White House, and our school is now banned from the White House and our state house because when we went to the state house, our group of kids, because we're idiots, we decided to flood the state house. When we went to the White House, we set off the silent alarm inside the White House and had snipers drawn down on us.
Sounds like a good time. What did we learn?
Not a damn thing, but I didn't know that the White House had a silent alarm until that day. But I would gladly do it all over again.
All right, that is very millennial of you. Just saying, it's like crossing into Mexico for a taco. Who wouldn't? Honestly, who wouldn't? If you were right there, if you were like 4 hours from the border and you wanted a really good taco, why wouldn't you? I would. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. And what is wrong with the hot dog with pickles on it? It just sounds like no, it is, but it's a full on hot dog. The bun is super fresh, and like I said, it's not a regular hot dog. It's different. It's just different. It's so good. That's interesting. I never heard about the pink insulation. I never I never heard about that. Tom, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Ice bucket challenge. Now that's different. That was for ALS, and I did that. In fact, I made my entire company do that. And we stood there stupidly. We filled up a skid steer bucket with ice and water, and all the managers, we stood under the bucket and they dumped the ice water on us. It sucked. It was the worst. It was the worst thing that I've ever done in my professional career. But I mean, it was for a good cause. And then we got to nominate a different company. So I don't know. Hindsight 2020, never do that again. But also, I'm not down with the times. What is a 1981 baby considered as? 1981 is Gen X. That is the last year for Gen X.
Well, then I'm Gen X because I was born in 81.
Well, there you go. Argument over. I feel bad. Tide Pod Challenge, yeah. Yeah. Let's have Sonic and then go to Six Flags. You might change your mind. Why? You think I'm scared of a roller coaster on a full belly? I'll puke all over you with no shame. None. Um, um, never ate a Tide Pod. Good, good. And then I slapped the shit out of it. Good, good, good. What? What's PCP? Oh, formaldehyde? Yeah, Melissa. It's not me.
I was in the 8th grade. I didn't know that.
How the fuck did you get your hands on formaldehyde in the 8th grade?
We were in biology class, and formaldehyde is what they ship the pigs in. So when we had to dissect the pigs, I won't say her name, but one of the girls brought in a cigarette, and we dipped it in there and let it get all wet. And then we put it in her locker and let it dry out. And one of the other girls smoked it. And then, yeah, it was a big thing. This is the same science class. The teacher would stand there with a yardstick, and he would twirl duct tape on it. And if you were caught sleeping in class or not paying attention, and that man had accurate aim, would bing you with it in the head, the duct tape. Yeah. I also got kicked out of the Paoli Peaks, which is a ski resort in Indiana where they do like the fake snow and stuff, because I told them I knew how to ski and I didn't know how to ski, and I might have went down one of the slopes and ended up a pretzel up against their snowblower. So I was politely told not to come back.
I can't say I blame them. I feel like I don't even know what to say to that. I just have one more question. Thank you so much, Belinda Believes. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. I have one question for you, Melissa. Was the cigarette soaked in formaldehyde? Did that get your friends stoned?
I don't remember. I just remember her smoking it. I don't remember much after that. Like, that was a really screwed up day. I wound up in handcuffs. So I don't really remember a whole lot of that day. I might have been high myself.
Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on. You are a millennial. A millennial. And it goes to, it's like after 1981 to 1990, I don't know, maybe 95 or 96, I want to say. I don't know. You're definitely a millennial there, Hustler. Okay, Gen Z, I'll write that down. I have the brain of a goldfish and forgets. You have hemorrhoids? What? My kids never ate Tide Pods in pink. I never heard about the pink insulation. Never, never, never. Anyways, Baby Monkey, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And anybody else coming in and everybody that's watching that can't chat, thanks for watching. Like I said at the beginning, the reason why I did it this way instead of strictly just a members live, my members live will usually just do this kind of stuff. We're just chatting and then we'll look at some silly videos or whatever. But because of the video I put out yesterday, had a lot of feedback, and some people had questions. And so I thought that I'd just play the video here and look at the comments left by Anita. I don't like to put anything like that behind a paywall. So that's why, people are free to comment on the video itself. You don't need to chat here to put your 2 cents in or whatever. But again, what are you talking about, you guys? You guys are nuts. What is this? Imagine smoking a pig flavored formaldehyde cigarette. What? What? I know. Eighth grade. Eighth grade. You know what I was doing in eighth grade? I wasn't smoking formaldehyde cigarettes in eighth grade. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Actually, eighth grade, I was pretty brief, like soccer and childhood stuff. I think it was grade 8, grade 7, track field, grade 8, soccer. And I can't remember if it was grade 9 or grade 10. My mother put me into modeling. Tastes like, hey, Colleen, tastes like bacon and PCP. You guys are messed up. How do you know what PCP tastes like? I've never even seen that stuff. Melissa said they dipped their smoking in the bucket the baby's pigs came. Oh my fucking God. I'm gonna come out of this birthday live with trauma. All right, whatever. Let's just play first. Sorry. Where'd you guys go? Where'd you guys go? Shit. Oh, there you are. Never mind. Okay. I gotta shut my camera off and then I'm gonna change my camera settings so that I can play this video without issue. Okay. Let me just see here. Melissa, have you watched this driving video with me? And I gotta tell you, like, I don't know why. I told you guys in a live stream before when people were accusing me of being Monsters of Chaos that I don't do videos. I can't do videos. This was like my phone on the phone stand in the truck as I was driving, but I would love it if the pictures were bigger, like so you could see the scenery. It's so small and blurry the way I did it. Like I suck at making videos. If anybody wants to sign up with Char's True Crime Story to do videos for me, that would be fantastic. All right. Okay. Melissa's back just in time. I'm going to, what is this? I think I just have to hit refresh and it'll start over. Let me know if you guys can't hear it. I know most of the people here have probably seen it, but we're gonna watch it one last time and we're gonna hit the comments and we're gonna have a look and see what Anita had to say. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. This is a response to the video that Mike DeMann put out. It was like 9 minutes or something where he had shared some of his thoughts about me. Since that video was done in a Mike MX kind of format where he was out overlooking a scenic view of a lake or something like that, I thought I'd respond in kind with some footage from my drive home through the mountains. Not only is this my view when I have the best playlist blooming through my ears, it's also when I get the time to reflect on Jack and Lily's disappearance. Don't worry though, it's not distracted driving. I had to turn my phone stand from time to time, but for the most part, both hands were on the wheel and my eyes never left the road. I had just spent a number of days with my own grandchildren, 2 of which are Jack and Lily's ages. And when I'm out playing with them, I can't help but think of Malaya and Cindy, Janie, Daniel, and all of the things we've heard about May 2nd and before, as well as everything that we've heard since. And as a mother, as a grandmother, I cannot relate on any level to these people, at least what we've been shown in the public. Now, Mike, you and others say I don't know what questions to ask Janie and Daniel, and that I do not ask follow-up questions. I agree. I do not know what questions to ask because of everything we've heard. So I asked the questions that were highlighted for me from the people in my live chat, the questions the people wanted answered. If you have the problem with the way I do things, then don't watch it. Don't use my work for your own content. By allowing people to talk and voice their own opinions, I give an opportunity for everyone to listen and think of things they'd still like answered or clarified, and then I will follow up. Just think, had you come to me to discuss your issue with me like an adult, You might still have my ear to advise me like you used to. As it is, though, although I do not want a war with you, I certainly do not care what you think of me or my channel. You say I'm setting Daniel and Jordan up? For what? And how? Unlike you, I have had conversations with Jordan where he is not in emotional distress, where he is a normal, concerned person who we all know has a misplaced obligation to defend his father. I am convinced that Jordan is innocent in all of this. I don't know enough about Chance to even discuss him. And Daniel, well, I'm just glad he's still willing to talk. And you should be too. I'm not setting anyone up, nor am I rage baiting or accusing them of anything. Have you talked to the RCMP or Major Crimes in this case, Mike? I have. Nothing I have said or done is obstructing or negatively impacting the case. Do you think they'd say the same about you and your content lately? As for Anita, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I have another number of live streams where I urged people to hear her out. I fought behind the scenes with certain people about not taking Anita's personal experiences and perspectives from her, because I feel like it is important to hear everyone out fairly. However, Anita kept adding to her stories, kept adding things that didn't make sense, and then would change information when certain aspects were discredited. And by doing that, Anita has discredited herself with very little help from anyone else. No amount of rage baiting or suckholing can change the public perception of the information she puts out. Threatening me or lashing out at me is not going to fix the mess. Finally, you talk about my integrity, going so far as to mention my channel being monetized. You obviously weren't paying attention, because back in October, it took me all of 10 days to be eligible for monetization. 10 days. I decided to open my community for memberships and donations after about a month. It took less than 30 days to be able to open my content to YouTube ad revenue. And to this day, I still do not have YouTube ads turned on for my live streams. I do not hide relevant content to missing persons cases behind a membership paywall. Instead, I use most of the money that I make from donations and memberships to go towards the streaming platforms, YouTube Premium and StreamYard, editing software, and donations to certain charities, and other ways to try to give back to Jack and Lily's communities so far, and I will donate to other communities as cases come up. But what have you done? Not that it matters, but please look in the mirror. Mind your own business. And here's some unsolicited advice from a former friend. If you want Anita to be taken seriously, then you must reason with her. Analyze her statements as your fans truly want you to. Don't threaten to release voice clips of a portion of a conversation we had almost a year ago in the hope of discrediting me. I would respond to that with the entire conversation so it can be all heard in context. And I really don't want to do that because of the terribly offensive way you speak about everybody in general. I'm also not sure what content of yours you claim I stole of yours or your idea. I'd like to know, but I understand if you won't share that with me. You more than likely know it's not true or is a misrepresentation of anything I've done or said in the past, because that seems to be the way with you lately. Since you've already shared voice notes of me speaking in a private conversation between Belinda and Daleen and I, which I still don't know which one of them sent it to you, but they were taken completely out of context, and you totally missed the plot of that combo as well, because I was actually defending you and Anita in that voice clip, in that conversation. I will share a quick voice note that I received to show you a small example of how Anita has discredited herself, in my opinion. Have the day you deserve. Justice for Jack and Lily, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Millenial also would get a full status card, excuse me, that she would be paid taxes no longer. And that's why once she has an address there, they can order and have things there, and she's tax exempt. Oh, I've always had a scratchy nose so bad.
We can't hear you if you're talking, Shar.
Oh, okay. What do you guys think of that? Like, what do you, in your opinion, Melissa? Well, first. Let's head down to the comments. And I have to say, there was an overwhelming number of comments, and they were very nice. Just basically letting me know that, you don't have to explain yourself. And I know I don't. But again, there's only so much a person can take, right? And when I gotta tell you, like certain things that are said over there, not even the stuff about me that is said over there enrages me. It does. Body shaming Logan, um, commenting on their opinion of her appearance, going so far as to say Logan's children and Logan need to be investigated because those are Daniel's kids, because incest. They make me sick, you guys. They truly make me sick. The statement I just read, it was mine. 100% mine, my words, my thoughts. And I meant every syllable of it. And I don't care if it has offended anybody. I hope the message landed where it needed to land. However, back to the point of this, because like I said, Anita decided to come into the comment section. And let's just see what she had unless she deleted it since, which I kind of doubt. She doesn't seem the type to. Here we go, right here. Can you guys see that? Probably not. Let me just see if I can zoom it in for you. Should be able to see them now. I have seasonal allergies. So this channel means nothing to a judge or detectives. She's mad at Mike because he called her trash. And she's mad Belinda and Dalene told what she was doing on her channel. My public YouTube channel. I'm mad at Belinda and Dalene for telling Mike what I was doing over here in public. Anyway, let's just continue. And she's mad, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, the investigators are watching. I'm worried that they're not watching nearly close enough, Anita. That's what I'm worried about. That is what I'm worried about. I said I'm not mad at Dalene or Belinda, and I'm not even mad at Mike or you. Just wish you'd get your story straight. I sure hope the investigators are watching. The video will mean something to anyone looking into your credibility. Then I said, thanks for the view and for commenting. Then I said, seasonal allergies, though. LOL, that doesn't even sound believable compared to what we just heard. Do better. Lots of people commented that, they also have seasonal allergies and their Dristan doesn't get snorted like that. So, like, I don't know. Somebody else said something in chat. It was pretty funny. Like, maybe the pharmacist should have explained that, pills go in the mouth and not crushed up the nose. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Melissa? It's troubling, is it not?
Yes, it's very troubling. And as a former addict, that is not a allergy snort where you're keeping snot back. First of all, you go blow your nose. You were clearly snorting something. What? I don't know. I'm not there. But I can tell you that was not you having allergies at all. Try again. I'm just so sick of. I actually seen your video, and then I seen the video that this was the response for. I was like, okay, now her video makes a little more sense. I was out of the loop for a week. I think I'm caught up.
I don't know that there's ever a way to be completely caught up with all the shit going on over there. But I look so mad. I'm. Mm, I, I don't want to give them more fuel, but I guess they can take it as they want. I'm not triggered. I'm enraged at the false, harmful bullshit that's coming out over there. And I so wish people would stop provoking me because I don't like doing things like this. But I will. And I am going to. Today is my birthday, and I refuse to let them ruin it. However, it's gone too far. So it is what it is. You know,
Well,
don't start nothing, won't be nothing. FAFO. What else can I say? What were you going to say, Melissa?
one thing that stuck out to me in their video was, they were trying to call you and Sunny out as spreading misinformation. Well, I think they need to take a hard look in the mirror, because if you put the two channels side by side, you and Sunny have more factual information than they could ever hope to have. So just putting that out there. If anybody's spreading misinformation, it would be that channel and another channel, but still.
And I mean, I think, like, I've heard a few people have told me who do talk to Mike, allegedly. I don't know if it's true or not, but that he's allowing Anita to continue his I don't want to use the words that were said to me, but he's basically, he's going along with this, hoping that some truth will come out. And I mean, I don't agree with that. It seems to me that he is very much on board with this um, new normal for that channel, which is unfortunate. But I mean, it is what I don't give a shit. But like I said, when you drag me into it, threaten me, that's not the way to go about things. They're not triggering me. They're not stressing me out. They're not scaring me. They're pissing me off. That's all it is. What is this? Funny, Janie tried to get him to share a screenshot of something to prove Anita was lying about it, and they both refused to share it. From my understanding, and I could be wrong, but it was just and I've shown it on my channel before, the screen recording of Janie and Anita's conversation, something about Anita said that Janie was sending her roses or something or some shit. And so Janie sent the screen recording of their entire conversation, and Mike wouldn't show it for whatever reason. My best guess is he might be getting tired of looking like a fool. He might be. Don't quote me on that. That's just my guess. I don't know for sure. Nope. That ma'am is a full-on snuffleupagus. They're not watching every single live. Yes, the RCMP in Canada has a team that monitors social media constantly, but we've heard the statements of Jack and Lily investigators team on monitoring social media. Right. And unfortunately, those live streams are generating so many tips based on her stories, and you guys can make up your own minds if you think it could possibly be bogging down a real active investigation or not. And even if there's the smallest amount of truth in anything that she's said. Now that she's smeared it all over YouTube and Facebook, it is compromised, and she truly believes she's going to be on a witness stand one day. And the last I want to say about it is to Anita, that if indeed you are put on a witness stand, it is going to be in favor of the defense to throw out every bit of reasonable doubt against whatever they're trying to prosecute. So that is my problem with what is going on over there. It's not that I think every syllable she says is a lie, because I have no idea. I wasn't there. I don't know. Maybe there's some truth, but when you cover it with so much bullshit and we have to dig out of the bullshit to find any truth, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. And the only way at this point that she's going to be put on any witness stand for any reason is to, like I said, throw out as much reasonable doubt from all the bullshit as they possibly can, because that's all she's doing. That's all she's doing. And now, like I said, when she starts body shaming Logan, accusing people, RCMP, police, of generational alcoholism that leads to incest, this woman needs help. And other people have said they know for a fact that she has multiple mental illnesses. Okay? And that's why they're not talking about it. That's why nobody will come forward with what Wade thinks or anything else. That's fine. But what about everybody else's mental health? Why is nobody doing anything? This is not me triggered. This is not me trying to cover anything up or deflect. It was me saying, knock the shit off. You are ruining lives. Like Janie said, you are actively ruining lives. And enough is enough. That's it. That is what I want to say about that. Fair warning. Anything else you want to touch on with that, Melissa, before we move on to better, more useful subjects than that?
So I think started. So this was a good one here. Janie got him good when she asked him if he believed Anita, and he wouldn't answer. She's correct. He wouldn't. Him hauled around that one. He wasn't going to answer that. But I think, Anita, you need to back off, because you're running his channel, something that he worked hard at, and you're running it, in my opinion. And I agree. Any defense is gonna throw this out there. Well, this is what was said. This is what was said. They're handing the defense a win on a golden platter.
That's right. And there's no police force on God's green earth that is going to tell a person with those kinds of stories and accusations, if it's relevant in any way, shape, or form, to keep talking. Keep spreading the evidence. Keep tainting the jury pool. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. And I don't know if Mike is just blind to it, if he's turning a blind eye to it for content or whatever his motive is, or if he just doesn't understand the criminal justice system. But it's not true. That's not what is happening. Nobody is telling that woman to keep talking except Mike. I said what I said. Now, for today, and this is not the last of it, I'm sure, because I have absolutely no doubt that I'll get some kind of retaliation video, and I give a fuck. Like I said in my video, go ahead, expose me, because I'll be following right behind you. I don't want the war, so tread lightly. I want to talk about this for a second. Totally unrelated though, you guys. I am not insinuating a single thing with this next topic. This is literally just for educational purposes only. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's important information, and I think we can all learn a little bit of something from it. Let's read, shall we? Long-term effects of cocaine use on the sinuses, not related to anything. I swear. I promise. I'm not saying anything. Damage to the nose and mouth. Snorting cocaine causes direct damage to the mucous membranes in the nose. With drier environments and less blood flow, the soft tissues in the nose will become damaged and eventually die. This will expose the cartilage lining between the nasal cavities, which is the septum. Once the septal cartilage is exposed, it too will die, creating a hole. Many people who struggle with cocaine abuse develop septal perforations, which can cause collapse of the nose structure and eventually breathing problems. Sometimes this issue can be corrected with plastic surgery, not always. A similar process can occur in the upper palate of the mouth. Palatal perforations are not as common as septal perforations, but they can occur through long-term abuse. We don't really need to read the respiratory system.
I can confirm what they just said there is fact.
Perfect. I do, however, want to go through the long-term effects of cocaine use on the brain. Negative effects on the brain. Consistent constricting of blood vessels can reduce the amount of oxygen the brain receives, which can cause brain damage. It also increases the risk of aneurysm due to damage to the vascular walls feeding the brain. Further brain damage from cocaine or crack cocaine can include mini strokes or transient ischemic attacks. Don't know what that means. Seizures, cerebral atrophy or brain shrinking, cerebral vasculitis or inflammation of the blood vessels in the brain and or spinal column, hyperphrexia or exceptionally high fever from disease that requires medical attention, changes to the prefrontal and temporal lobe functioning, which hurts problem solving, decision making, spatial understanding, vocabulary, attention, learning, and memory. Changes to neurotransmitter production and absorption, which can lead to mood disorders, changes to movement, causing tremors, muscle weakness, changes in gait, etc. Additionally, cocaine ages the brain, so dementia risk increases. Long-term memory problems can turn into conditions mimicking Alzheimer's. People who have a higher risk of developing dementia anyway are more likely to trigger this condition earlier in life if they abuse cocaine for a long time. What do you think of that? Oh, you guys, she who, we're not referring to anybody, remember? We're not referring to anybody. This isn't directed at anybody. This is literally just the more you know. I wish I had a fucking rainbow. But it's almost worth putting it on our list of shit to consider. Where information is coming from. Almost. But we have no way to prove anything. And we're not referring to anybody anyway. So, what do you think of that? So it's all true? I wouldn't know. I've seen one time in my, okay, so first time I ever saw anything like cocaine was an empty baggie with residue, and I was helping my friend move. There was a little baggie, and I was like, the fuck is this? And I was all judgy and stuff. She's like, she was leaving her ex, and she's like, that's Curtis's, blah, blah. So, okay, fine. But the next time I was at a Christmas party, a company Christmas party, and this guy from Cape Breton, love him to death. He literally put a line of cocaine and he was like cutting this line of cocaine right in front of me. And I was like, all right, where's the DD? It's time for me to go home. Like I can't literally sit here and watch this guy I can't watch him buck rails and then go to work on Monday and pretend I didn't just see what I just seen. Right. Because my role was like, I can't do that. So I had to like vacate the party ASAP. So 2 times in my life that I kind of sort of saw cocaine. Never even laid eyes on it until then. And that was relatively recently. So I'm not judging. I'm just saying you know, I mean, the first step in recovery is admitting you have a problem. So, um, yeah, right. It's time to bounce, and I fucking bounced. I bounced, sailor. I was like the dodgeball. Boom, 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 boom. I was gone. And I mean, yeah, I was gone. God, God grant who the serenity? Me? I have that prayer right over there up on my wall. I say it to myself every day, every single day, because it's life changing. Um, Anything you want to add to this educational portion of this members only live chat that is viewable to the public? Hopefully, certain members of the public are watching. The more you know, we care. We share because we care here. So, what do you want to say, Melissa?
I just keep going back to the commercial that it's the frying pan and the egg, and this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Clearly, some people need to go to the DARE program. Just saying.
You guys can't hear it, but oh, can you hear it? Harley losing his ever loving shit outside. Um, anyway, and one more thing, and I keep saying like I have nothing, I don't want to talk about it anymore, which I mean, I don't. I wish we didn't have to talk about the FAFO. Say it again. Um, if you won't turn your camera on to show your face without a filter, without AI editing, don't shame anybody for their appearance at all. Because no matter what you think of somebody, we can get haircuts if we choose to. We can lose weight if we want to, but you will never be able to change your ugly soul, your ugly heart. So, with that, let's move on to happier subjects. For now, why do I look like a ghost again? I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to go switch around the lights a little bit. So, go ahead, Melissa, and just jibber jabber for a couple of minutes, and then we'll do some fun stuff.
So let me see here. Yes, it was. I got the t-shirt, and I am definitely not going to it definitely didn't encourage me not to do drugs because I still did. Yeah, we already established by year I am Gen X, so suck it, Grendel. Go sit in the car. But I can confirm everything said there is true because it is also the same if you are a math user, that it can create a hole in your septum. And when I was on the ambulance, we always knew those that had been long-term users because we had to be careful when we put NG tube in. So yeah, but I thought it was kind of funny. Janie put her in her place several times.
Melissa, you missed it. I don't have the car anymore. I have a short bus because there's so many. There's so many. I need room for Ron, Mexico. I need room for Joe Neal and all his fucking guinea pigs. And then you know, occasionally Grendel. So it's now a short bus. Go wait in the short bus. Just so you know. I can't get my other lights to work, you guys, so just give me one more minute.
Yeah, we definitely need a short bus. We tell too many people to sit in the car. But, you know, something that stuck out to me when Jenny was talking, she said, nobody knows what happened except the 3 people on the property. And then she went off to name her and Daniel and Malaya. Janie, I got a question for you. And maybe it was just poor wording, but does that mean you know what happened? I know you've said over and over you don't, but your wording on that made it sound like you possibly knew a little bit more than you were saying. You're gonna hotwire. You gonna hotwire the bus?
I wouldn't put it past him, not for even a millisecond. Speaking of millas, do you want to move on to the millennial video? So remember, I did the Gen X, and it was fascinating. The Gen X video was fascinating. This millennial one isn't quite as comical, but it is educational. So I would like to watch this first, and then we'll talk about the millennials. So hopefully Sailor's still here, and Hustler. Thank you for being here, Hustler, because we're gonna need your help to understand some of this when it's done. All right, let's go.
You know what's weird? An entire generation got told they were special, then worked harder than anyone expected, and somehow ended up unable to afford the same life that seemed completely normal just one generation earlier. That's a psychology experiment nobody signed up for. I'm talking about millennials, people born between 1981 and 1996. And before you roll your eyes, stay with me because this gets uncomfortable in ways you probably haven't thought about. Millennials became the first generation in modern American history expected to be worse off financially than the generation before them. The Pew Research Center confirmed this back in 2020, which means we've got an entire demographic walking around with this bizarre psychological cocktail of achievement and failure mixed together in their heads every single day. Imagine being told your whole childhood that you could be anything, win anything, achieve anything, and then graduating into a recession where the participation trophy suddenly becomes a master's degree that costs more than a house used to. The psychological term for this is cognitive dissonance, and millennials are basically swimming in it. But here's where your brain should perk up, because this goes deeper than student loans and avocado toast jokes. Psychologist Jean Twenge literally wrote a book called Generation Me studying this exact phenomenon. She found that millennials score higher on narcissism scales than previous generations. But, and this is the part that'll mess with you, they also score higher on anxiety and depression. So you've got a generation that simultaneously thinks they're special and feels completely worthless. A trauma response with a LinkedIn profile. Think about the actual timeline here for a second. Millennials were the test subjects for every parenting trend that came out of the self-esteem movement in the 80s and 90s. Helicopter parents, everyone gets a trophy, you're smart just for existing. These weren't bad intentions, they were earnest attempts at better parenting based on the psychology available at the time. Then millennials hit their 20s right as the economy imploded in 2008, graduated into a job market that had fundamentally changed, and suddenly found themselves navigating a completely different economic reality than the one they'd been prepared for. The whiplash alone should have hospitalized people. And social media, millennials got that right in their formative years, not as kids like Gen Z, but as teenagers and young adults when their identities were still forming. Facebook launched in 2004, Instagram in 2010. That means millennials learned how to be adults while simultaneously learning how to perform their lives for an audience. Dr. Tim Kasser's research on materialism and well-being shows that when people base their self-worth on external validation, which is literally what social media trains you to do, their mental health tanks. You're essentially running a 24/7 campaign for your own existence, and the polls never close. Now pile on the fact that millennials are delaying or completely skipping the traditional life milestones that used to give people a sense of adult identity: marriage, homeownership, having kids. Surveys show they absolutely want these things, but the economic reality makes them borderline impossible without family wealth or extraordinary luck. So you've got people in their 30s and 40s who still feel like they're waiting for their real life to start, except the waiting room is a studio apartment that costs $2,200 a month, and their therapist is booked until March. The impact of prolonged uncertainty is surprisingly well documented. When achieving the markers of what society defines as adulthood becomes unattainable, your brain doesn't just shrug and move on. Instead, it creates this low-level stress that's referred to as allostatic load, your body's tendency to prepare for something that never actually comes, sort of like being stuck in the loading screen of your own life. And when you look at the progress bar, you see it hasn't moved an inch in the past decade. But let me throw something at you that might feel a tad more personal. Millennials were sold a very specific story about how effort equals outcome. Study hard, go to college, get a good job, work your way up. That social contract seemed pretty straightforward, and honestly, it had worked for a long time. Except the economic landscape shifted in ways that nobody really anticipated. When millennials showed up ready to follow that path, they found that college now costs 10 times what it used to, entry-level jobs require 5 years of experience, and here's $80,000 in debt and a gig economy where you're an independent contractor with no benefits. The psychological term for when reality fundamentally violates your core beliefs about how the world works? Schema disruption. And when it happens on a generational scale, you don't just get disappointed people, you get a complete rewiring of how an entire age group relates to institutions, authority, and the concept of a stable future. Which explains why millennials are often characterized as both idealistic and deeply cynical at the same time. They still believe things should be fair, they just no longer believe they will be. Pattern recognition in action. And the job work thing, oh man, millennials get absolutely roasted for job hopping and not being loyal to companies. You know what's psychologically fascinating about that criticism? Corporate America fundamentally changed the employment relationship over the past few decades. Pensions disappeared, full-time positions became contract work, mass layoffs became normalized business strategy. Millennials didn't invent this lack of loyalty, they just adapted to an employment landscape that had already changed, a completely rational response to an environment that treats workers as interchangeable. However, this is something that is not often talked about enough. Millennials are also one of the most educated generations in history and the most diverse. When defining them, the first thing that comes to mind is teen internet culture. They grew up with the internet. This creates a very specific psychological profile, one who questions everything because they've seen the many versions of truth depending on who's telling the story. People who interrogate the status quo often get labeled as entitled or difficult, but critical thinking meeting systems that were never designed to be questioned will look like that. The mental health conversation is different for millennials. They're the first generation to widely destigmatize therapy and actually talk about anxiety and depression like real things instead of character flaws. That's massive, except they're doing it while living in conditions that are objectively more stressful, with student debt levels that would have been unthinkable before, housing costs that have outpaced wage growth by absurd margins, and job insecurity baked into the modern economy. So it creates this weird dynamic where they're simultaneously self-aware and more overwhelmed. And can we talk about the future for a second? Because millennials are also the generation that gets to watch the planet actively deteriorate while being told that they're the ones who need to fix it, despite having comparatively less institutional power and resources to actually do anything at the scale required. Existential dread with a side of helplessness. Climate anxiety is a legitimate psychological phenomenon now, and millennials are right in the crosshairs. So what you've got is a generation shaped by impossibly high expectations, economic instability, constant performance pressure, delayed adulthood, and a front row seat to multiple overlapping crises. And society looks at them and goes, "Why are you so anxious, and why can't you just buy a house?" The psychology of millennials becomes incredibly predictable when you look at what they've been through. They're responding exactly how humans respond when the landscape shifts beneath them and the map they were given no longer matches the territory. If this hit home for you, please subscribe. And if you want to support these deep dives, hit that join button to become a channel member. I would genuinely appreciate your support.
Well, hopefully this doesn't restart. What do you think of that, Melissa? Harley's knocking at the door, so I gotta go let him in. What do you think of that video?
I think that's BS. You need to take 81 off there because zero of that, well, for me, zero of that applies. I fought a lot to get every trophy I have, and I still have a lot of them. None of them were participation trophies, ever. You didn't get a trophy in 4-H just for being there. I had to fight to go to the state fair and win on my own. None of that applies to me. No, I'm Gen X. I don't care. None of that applies to me. I relate more to the Gen X video that you played before.
Well, I thought we decided that you are indeed Gen X, but I mean, some of what you guys are saying in chat, I mean, resonates with me. Thanks for being here, millennials. So I do love it. I do too. I do too. I do have questions, so we'll Sailor's here, got my tissues ready to remind you. Yeah, exactly. I have a millennial daughter and I don't understand her. Relatable, relatable. But at the same time, my millennial daughter has grown into a fantastic mother. Um, they're both in their 30s. They are homeowners. I do not understand how they were able to do that because hell yeah. But the mass majority, I think, of children, our children's ages and younger, I don't understand how they can afford to live, let alone raise a family, own a home, and have any kind of social life or, extracurricular activities with their kids. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of a given when I was a kid. I mean, not everybody had, stable home lives and stuff. I get that. So I'm not saying anything like that, but it was kind of a given that families, we had dinner together on Sundays and we went camping over the summer on the weekends, and some families got to go boating or on trips and stuff like that. And you're not, unless grandma and grandpa are hosting the boat trips or, the big family get-togethers for a special occasion, it doesn't seem to happen as much. And I think it's got a lot to do with our economy and the fact that it is almost impossible to raise a family, even with a dual income household. It is a sad state. I am not taking the blame for that. My generation had nothing to do with that. But I do feel for you guys. However, some of the stuff you do is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. The anxiety and depression is very true, but the second I looked in the mirror, I cringed. But it has also become more and more open and acceptable to seek mental health help. Whereas I think in Gen X, our generation, we were basically told to suck it up, go
Suck it
outside
up,
and play.
buttercup.
Yeah, go outside and play. You know, go touch grass. That's why I say it so much because that's what I was told. Go outside and play. Didn't matter what it was. Go outside and play. Your problems will just get better. Just go play. Pinky, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. You're a beautiful person and I hope your day was special. It is going very well. Thank you so much, Pinky, again. Could we get the link for this video, please? Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me to do shit like that, little black bear. Usually, like if I'm using somebody's content, I will have it scrolling across the screen. But on days like today, where it's supposed to be like a members only live and we're just kind of scrolling around the internet for education stuff, I forget. So thank you so much for doing that. Kids Helpline. I had a song memorized and I used to sing it to my dad. So it's not just millennials. 1-800-668-686. I used to sing it to my dad. And because I used to sing it to my dad, he still knows the song to this day. Y2K, do you remember where you were? On December 31st, 1999, waiting for the world to end? I do. I do. They just threw a key at us and told me to feed my brother. Yeah, go play outside. Yeah. This hurts how relatable this is. I didn't mean to, you know, throw your shit at you, but just, wow, you guys, you feel like you failed at life? Oh, come on. See, and I think this is where we are. This is exactly where we are in society. Gen X, we're looking at this like, this is interesting. Okay, I get that. I could see that. Meanwhile, we've got the millennials in the chat saying, "This is why my life sucks. I'm so, I'm so hard done to." Whereas we're living the same existence. We really are, but we're just more like, fuck. Move on to the next problem, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just, just my own old lady way of seeing things. This is 33 minutes long, this one here. This What is Wrong with Millennials. I'm not going to watch it because I don't want to trigger anybody any further than you already have been. Drinking from the creek or the hose because you weren't allowed inside sorting the day. Right. Or you never wanted to miss anything. Right. Right. Go outside and play, and that wasn't an option. That wasn't a friggin' option. It was you go outside and play and don't come back until supper time. If your parents were home for supper. So, poor millennials never had a chance. No comment. I still love drinking from the hose. I don't think I'm going to say anything about that. We did this to them. Are you guys serious right now? Are 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 we taking the blame for this? Is that what is turning my chatters against the Gen X generation? Are you serious right now? Come on. Come on. We didn't do this to them. We saw it in our video. We felt so neglected and so on our own that we wanted to show our kids the love and support that we never had. So if that's a crime, lock me up. Just saying. And it's the fault of the generations before us. Hmm. You raised 3 millennials? How are they doing, Dodie? Are they all in therapy? I didn't birth a millennial. My boomer parents left me to raise their son while they drank. Ouch. That's the boomers. Oh, geez, no offense if my mom is listening. I didn't mean that. I just bought, there we go. I just bought a 1-bedroom older condo in Calgary. My brother just bought a 4-bedroom house in Newfoundland on the water, and his house was $5,000 more than the condo. Unbelievable, right? But I think the money we earn in Alberta is a lot more than what they get because the same job in Alberta, like equipment operation and stuff like that, you get paid $45 to $50 an hour here out west. And you go back there, like one of the guys that come out here for like the winter work season, he would get paid $45 to $50 an hour, and then to do the same type of work back Cape Breton, he was getting like 25 bucks. So yeah, yeah, there you go. You know, my daughter as well. Uh, you know, think times have changed. You give a little, you get a little, I guess. You were told to run around the house. And that's another reason why times have changed, right? Like when we were kids, there was very little worry about stranger danger and stuff. Like we knew about it, but it didn't seem as big of an issue as it is now. Nowadays, when my daughter tells my granddaughter she can go play at her friend's house, her friend lives 5 doors down, and she'll ride her little bike over there, and I watch her until she gets into that house. And then that mom calls my daughter and tells her Macy's on her way home, and I will stand at the window and I will watch her come. But that's the climate we live in. That is just it. Totally different. The youngest was born in 96. That's still a millennial. The last year of millennial. Yep. And then I think the next one is Gen Z. I do believe. I do believe. Blame a boomer. Yeah, you guys, it's not Gen X, it's the boomers. It's the boomers are to blame. They're all in therapy. Yeah. Taxed to death in Nova Scotia. And there's the difference, right? Like, I don't know what life is like there. But for example, BC does have an extra tax. I think there's GST and then HST here. Okay, Melissa. HST and GST here. So the cost of certain things is a little bit more, yes. But if you're trying to quit smoking, your smoking cessation medication is covered by the government. Diabetic medication is covered by the government. So I pay for benefits, and just for an example, my income and everything still comes from Alberta. So my benefit plan is through Alberta Health. And so I pay 200 and something dollars a month for our benefit plan. And I'm not going to tell you how much a year we have each. My my benefits max out for me by my year starts in September, and I'm maxed out by the end of December because of my diabetic medication. In BC, and I just learned this like last month, um, they cover most diabetic medications, and that is massive. So, you know, the difference is you think Canada has free healthcare, but it differs from province to province. And I cannot wait until this issue that I'm dealing with now gets taken care of so I can transfer over to BC, be a BC resident. So I can definitely take advantage of that. 'Cause like I said, the amount of money that I have to spend out of pocket after December every year is it's over $900 a month. So I can't wait to get a little bit of relief with that. Nicoretta's more expensive. Yeah, but I was shocked, little black bear. Last year when we were going to Mexico, Ian was, I guess he was concerned about having to be on the flight for so long and not smoking, whatever. So he went and he was waiting in the drugstore. He was just hanging around. I was like, "What are we doing here?" And he goes, "I'm waiting for my Nicorette, or not Nicorette, my patches." Like, what do you need patches for? He's like, "Well, they give them to you for free." And I thought it would help, going to Mexico. We don't really need to smoke, but we'll, get patches. Great idea. And you didn't have to pay for it. It's bizarre. It was bizarre. Are they? Is that a BC government thing? Or I guess you don't have benefits yet, but that must be a BC. Well, see, and that's what I mean. That makes all the difference. Not all the difference, obviously, but I have 2 insurance policies that I pay out of pocket for. It's still not enough to get me through 1 full year of therapy. Mhm. I've never tried to use it for mental health, but I do have good coverage for glasses and I have good dental and like the prescriptions. I mean, it's good coverage. Ian's is still going. He pays $8 a month for his medication. So, I mean, it's a decent plan. It's just diabetic medication in Alberta is just not covered. So it's a lot of money every month. A lot of money every month. Are you back, Melissa? So, and I mean, I don't want to say that I don't take the blame for what's wrong with millennials. Um, you know, but as long as nobody in here ever tried to eat a Tide Pod or pink insulation, which I did not know until today. It's crazy. But I'm happy that we had this discussion. Are you here, Melissa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about the millennial generation?
No, not really. We're talking about meds. One of my meds is over $700 a month, and there are multiple times that I have to have it multiple times in a month. And yeah, it's not something that I can say, "Oh, I'll get it later," or "I can get it next week." It's something I have to have right then and there. It's an EpiPen, and it's horrible trying to cover that cost.
Yeah. And as we age, most of us are going to have more different medications. It's, a natural part of aging, especially for those of us who didn't, I guess, grow up in a health conscious lifestyle. I guess it's more of a YOLO. Um, and I think it's very common for Gen X's that now we're starting to see the result of a life well lived. Not gonna lie, wouldn't take any of it back, but you know what I mean. So now we're struggling to continue to feel normal and get up without, and it doesn't even matter anymore. Honestly, I've just accepted it for the way it is. It doesn't matter how I sleep. If I sleep, I still wake up tired as shit. My back hurts no matter what. My neck hurts no matter what. So I think it's just a part of aging. But again, maybe if I was like a gym goer and stuff every other day or whatever they do, um, maybe I wouldn't feel so sore every day. Maybe I wouldn't feel like I was 52. However, I'd like to point out one last thing about the 52 thing. Did you know that the Golden Girls, remember that show? They were all younger than I am. Like even their characters were younger than I am. So
but looked way older.
that's my point. Like that'll be the day when I cut my hair short and do the curlers and the shit. There's no way. There's no way. No way. Even days when my hair is pissing me off, I'll put it up. But there's no way. I love the Golden Girls too, but yeah, no. There we go. Thank you, Cindy B. I go to the gym and I still wake up feeling 93.5 years old in the morning. Perfect. Now I feel better. Alberta is supporting this country in a lot of ways, Jam. They are definitely helping. However, they don't support their citizens. Not where it matters. The mental health system is completely broken. There's a housing crisis here. The cost of living is through the roof, just like everywhere else in the country. And our healthcare sucks. But at the same time, you guys, like, I can go anywhere in Alberta and find myself a family doctor. I literally hadn't laid eyes on the doctor that I'm seeing now for over 26 years because I had moved to Fox Creek and my doctor was up there. And with this situation, I needed something a little closer to where I was. I needed somebody a little bit more on the ball. He took me back without hesitation. I can't find a family doctor in BC. And it's a problem because I'm not the only one. So, I mean, there's good and bad, I think, everywhere you go in this country. So, what? 52, a certain Turner's favorite number? Are you talking about Brad Turner? I'm not Brad Turner. What are you talking about? Are you causing shit to cause shit? I missed a bit of this while getting my kids, but I think Mike was referring to one of the worst nights when he said he was the first to pick that out and someone tried to take credit for it. Well, if he goes back and he watches the live streams with Sunny, which he claims he hates doing, he will notice that that was one of the big things that Sunny and I discussed back then. So it's not an idea, it's not content, it's words that came out of somebody's mouth. And it was also brought to my attention to bring it up again from Belinda. It had nothing to do with Mike. So him saying that that was his idea,
I think a lot of people pick that out.
because what the heck? Like, honestly, Melissa, if that's what he's referring to, he needs to take a break. Take a break,
That's
have a
the
Kit
first
Kat.
thing I
Do
noticed about it. When she did her interview, one of the worst nights and pain and sorrow are the two things I picked out instantly.
So if that's like again, there's another one that just one day decided to turn on me and never said a word to me, never responded to me when I asked, tried to face it like an adult, crickets, but will no problem attacking me. It's just another one. So now they go in that same pile. Okay. FAFO. Let's go. Um anyways, I'm just a baby. You mind telling my back and my neck that? Maybe my knee from time to time? Anyways. Okay, you guys. Now what? I wanted to, because I think it's hilarious, just get into. There's some TikToks that I want to watch, I'm not gonna lie. And I think this is gonna copyright strike me, but I don't care. It is what it is. I just hope my video doesn't get pulled down because some of these TikToks will probably have the music that gets copyright striked on YouTube. That just means you can't monetize. And I don't want people, I don't know, maybe I'm not clear on what people mean by monetizing, right? For me, monetizing is making money off of YouTube ads. When you open a community for memberships and super chats and the other whatever, that's donations. Is that still, do you guys consider that monetized? Not that it matters. I'm not saying that it matters. But if you, okay, so the difference is, and I'm just explaining this, the difference is if you play like a song that's copyrighted by somebody else or content that you don't have permission to play, and they're already making money off of YouTube ads, you can't also make money off of YouTube ads. Do you know what I mean? So when you get a like a copyright strike, that doesn't mean necessarily they're going to take your video down. That means unless you do it too many times, but you basically can't make money off of YouTube ads because the original owner of that content is already making money off of YouTube ads. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So my point is, if I get a copyright strike with these things, it doesn't matter to me because all it's going to say is you can't make money off of YouTube ads, which I don't have the ads playing on my live streams. They go on after for replays, but again, this is a members only chat. I don't know how all that works. I've never done this before. I've done members only, but I've never done like a public video with only members chat. So whatever. I don't know. I don't know. So that's why I'm okay with playing this TikTok stuff, just so you know. And I know that somebody else recently had their video taken down because they legit sat there and played mainstream music on their live stream to kill time. Whatever. Stupid. Anyways, I appreciate everybody's kind words. Thank you. Okay, I mean, most of us do not have YouTube channels and have been saying the same thing from day one, so no, he's not the only one thinking things. Right. But if that's what his problem is with me, okay. Not sorry. Take it up with Malaya for talking that way. Like, what the fuck? Whatever. Not monetized by getting super chats. Monetized mean getting money by generating ad plays. Thank you. That's what I thought. And I do have the ads turned on the replay videos. But again, like we're talking like $2, $3. It's not a lot of money. It's just not a lot of money. So they could say what they want. They can say what they want. It is what it is. I don't care. Hmm. Speaking of which, Melissa, did you ever get yours? Like, how's that going for you?
No, I
No, I
didn't get
didn't
it,
get it.
but I don't really care right now because I'm not able to be on as much with being gone in the summer. I'll worry about trying to do that this winter.
You remember? So we did a live stream. I can't remember which one. I think it was the one with Daniel, but I did I did those AI generated short videos, and then I sent you a couple because they were your questions you had asked. And I said, go ahead and post these or upload these on your channel. And what happened with that? Were you able to upload those?
Yeah, I did. I got them uploaded, and one of them I was laughing because I listened to it and I had said Ron Mexico instead of Ron McKenzie. So I had to clarify when I posted it. I did not mean Ron Mexico. But that was one of those instances my mouth worked quicker than my brain.
Yeah, because somebody brought it to my attention. I didn't even realize, but in one of the shorts, and like I don't even know, I haven't figured out if I can choose which portions of the live streams to make into short videos, because you just do AI generated, right? So they choose it for you. But in one of the ones that we did, it's a question you asked, and on the short, because it's like we're seeing Jennifer Lawrence on the screen. It's like a portrait view, I guess. The screen is zoomed in on your profile picture, Melissa, which is your son, right? But it's Daniel talking about grief. And somebody had messaged me saying, did you post a video of Daniel talking over Melissa's son's picture? And I'm like, no. What the fuck are you talking about? And then I went back to look, and sure enough, it was just where the camera had zoomed in. And I was like, I'm sure if Melissa, because I did show you those shorts, and I was like, it didn't even occur to me. Like, it was an AI generated thing, you know? So I just, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you had sent, I think it was 3, and I uploaded 2. And then I don't know why I didn't upload the other one. That may be because it was over my son. I don't remember exactly why I didn't upload that one though.
Okay, maybe that's the one. But I mean, I did upload it and it's up there, and it didn't even occur to me because I know what the screen is, right? I knew it was just zoomed in on yours, and I know Daniel was there as well, but it was just his voice talking, and it had your son's picture up there. So looking at it, it doesn't look that great. So maybe I'll take it down. I just didn't even occur to me. Anyways, let's get back to the fun stuff. Okay, we're gonna get to Taurus in a minute, but I seen this one and I thought it was pretty funny. Do you guys know who Jennifer Lawrence is? No, I hate AI. Maybe I'll show you guys a video what I think AI is good for. I'll do that while I'm listening to TikTok. I want to play this, and then we're gonna move over to a TikTok that I uploaded from another TikToker. So I'm gonna play this for a couple of minutes so that I can um yeah, laugh a bit. Just a minute.
What's going on over there?
Lady Gaga.
Oh. Hi. Oh my God. Sorry. Sorry. We just used my camera and I liked it. What are you doing? That was great. Oh, really? Do I look like a new girl? Do you wish you were a Gen Z? You're not Gen Z, you're a millennial. No, you're a millennial. How old are you?
Truthful.
I believe that you believe that you're Gen Z.
I am Gen Z.
What year were you born?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Jennifer, you can put it, you do walk the carpet. Chubby fingers, though. You do not have chubby. You do, look. We're here with David Oaks. God. I'm sorry, my heel felt, God, sorry. I'm really not trying to I'm sorry. I'm like all three of the Stooges right now. I'm on Sudafed, I'm sorry. Okay. What's the last word in the Hunger Games book? End. I know the last.
It's go.
The end.
Go. Not kind of.
You guys are wrong. And every book ends in the end. Everybody knows that. You guys obviously don't read a lot of books.
I love that emergency lipstick.
I did. Yeah. Hide it from the camera.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, this is where babies come from.
What's everybody shouting about? What's going on over there?
So that's funny. I think that is hilarious. She is so funny. How do I get to my own place? So I think my sound might be screwing up, so hopefully it's not. This one here is the one I want to listen to. It's the Gen X one. If you guys want to see all my videos, I'll show you, but they're all trash. I am not a video editor. Um, I bet you Amanda Bynes is indeed a millennial. Yeah, she is hilarious. Okay, so I want to play. I've changed my camera, so hopefully my sound is okay for this one because this is all about Taurus, you guys. I'm gonna make the screen bigger too.
You must understand, y'all, if you're dealing with a Taurus, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful with a Taurus. Why? Because Taurus only speak when they're 1,000% sure. Taurus don't like wasting their breath, y'all. Taurus don't like speaking on things and not knowing the full truth. Taurus don't like to gossip. Taurus ain't spreading lies. Taurus ain't doing no type of propaganda. Taurus are actually people who they don't like conflict. They don't want to be a part of your motherfucking drama. Honestly, Taurus don't really give a fuck about you. Taurus minding they motherfucking business, right? And this is why is that, but even though a Taurus, right, may be moving a nonchalant way, them motherfuckers actively observing your ass. I'm talking about every motherfucking T. Talking about Taurus got your shit clocked, nigga. I'm talking about Taurus. And so the superpower that Taurus have is definitely pattern, system, and personality recognition, for sure. Why? Because Taurus are patient enough to watch people unfold and show their true colors, right? So Taurus is gonna sit back. Taurus is gonna look at your ass in all aspects, and then Taurus will smile at you. Taurus will be like, inside they like, this motherfucker think I'm crazy. He don't even know I'm watching his stupid ass. I notice every time this motherfucker smile and wink at me, this motherfucker lying. So Taurus just playing. I'm talking about Taurus gonna play along. Then again, Taurus gonna get fed up. Taurus said, "Leave me alone." Taurus said, "I ain't coming out the house." Cause what y'all must understand is like Taurus are actually like intuitive because they're willing to resist distractions. They're willing to resist resentment. They're willing to resist pain. They're willing to resist heartache. Like a Taurus will go through some of their most toughest things just so they can prove themselves, prove that they are right. Because Taurus are going to get validation for their life because they know what they've been through, that struggle, that pain is really going to propel them towards greatness because they understand that what they going through is for purpose. So Taurus don't just go through shit for no reason. Taurus gonna learn, Taurus gonna gather, Taurus gonna get research, and that's why they gonna always be successful. It's because Taurus don't mind going through shit. But then again, that's why Taurus in the motherfucking bed. Cause Taurus minding their business. That's only if when they gotta go outside they getting all these downloads.
Hell yeah. Like when I saw that, like his delivery, I probably wouldn't have done the whole laughing and stuff. However, I thought it was pretty funny. Um my TikTok is lame, you guys. It is so lame, but it's funny. It's kind of funny. I want to show you. I want to show you a few, maybe. I don't know. Maybe after. Do you guys want to see my TikTok or have you seen it already? I, I like it. I like my TikTok, even though it's very generic. I don't know. What do you think, Melissa? What do you want to do? Do you want to look through my TikTok and then I'll search for other people's um stuff? Their what is this one? I don't even know. How far back do you want to see? I wish I could talk over them so I could explain where my brain was. Some of them are terrible. It's, I don't even know if I want to show you guys. It's so lame. But
Show us.
yeah. All right. All right. Don't judge me. I'm still learning. I'm learning, and this has been going on. I've been learning this for 4 years now, I want to say. So Harley comes into play later. You get to see my old dogs, Lucky and Sasha. Okay. Okay. This is embarrassing for me, you guys, but let's do this. Okay.
Most dangerous animal on this planet. A violent creature filled with hateful thoughts and a lust for blood. Teeth like razors to suck the meat from your bone. Yes, when all is said and done.
I'm sorry, this one is hilarious. My daughter, the backstory of this one is so funny. We were driving, this was a few years ago. We were driving through BC and we saw this black bear, and it was literally on the shoulder of the road, just eating the grass you can see in the dandelions and stuff. So I pulled over so my daughter could get a picture. It was supposed to be a picture. And I have got this premonition. It's not even a fear, you guys, it's a premonition. I am going to get mauled and killed by a bear eventually. This is how I'm gonna go. I already know it. It is what it is. So I'm terrified of bears, even though I want to smooch his face. He's so cute. But so I pulled over, and this bear is like 6 feet away from the car. My daughter unrolls the window, and she's calling the bear over, and it's not running away. It's literally just munching out, staring at her, and I'm panicking in the driver's seat. So, um, yeah, that that's the funny backstory for this. And I think I'm gonna keep the volume off for now because these are just, this is Lockie. This was my old life. And my daughter with her little Gingy. And yeah, that was back when gas was like $1.60. It's my daughter and her husband. I was just making fun. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Here's my old garden. I used to have a green thumb. And I had my purple door, and I was super proud of my purple door. Like I said, you guys, this is so lame. Bath time. There they are again. And I'm getting dill pickle soda. That's terrible. I'm getting to the Harley days. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just one sec. Little Macy, years ago. She's so cute. Okay, I gotta play this one. This is in PEI. Just a minute. This is in PEI. My daughter, she went to her in-laws. They live in Cardigan, and they went to their in-laws, I think 3 years ago for Christmas in PEI, and they had a chipmunk or something in the cupboard. And my daughter is a city slicker, and we don't play that here. We don't do rodents in our houses where we grew up and how my kids were. So this was a new experience for her. So it's pretty funny, and I hope you guys can hear it because the audio is priceless to me anyways. I didn't do it. The Sonic dog might be on my Facebook roots. Dill pickle soda. So do you guys want to, okay, so have you guys ever tried, you know what gripe water is for babies, for gas for babies? Tastes exactly like gripe water. It was not good. It was not good. But we took a video of me trying it, and I said it's not good. Okay. So again, PEI, different lifestyle. Here we go.
Wait, you do that. I want to open this one. Oh, open it. Do they lead together?
Yep.
Hi, buddy. Where is he?
Right there.
Oh,
There he is.
hello. This is fucked. Hey, get out.
Yeah, my cupboard.
You did that! The cat's at them!
Yeah. That was a no for me too. You probably didn't hear. My sound was still messed up, so I wasn't able to hear the scream, but my daughter just screamed. This was my attitude before I met Ian, you guys. They're saying their vows and the officiant vomits. So that was me back in the day. Still is, to some degree. There's Phoenix. Pretty. That's me taking off from the Phoenix airport. This is a Starbucks drink, and it reminded me of The Exorcist. So the music that's playing is The Exorcist's music. So I thought that was funny. Oh, here's me and my grandson going down this slide, and my daughter says "rip" right before I go down the slide. Terrifying. Dumbest thing I've ever done. Ooh, and we hurt ourselves. That was also good. Hmm. This is a funny one. I'll play it again for you. Maybe. I don't know if it lets me.
Used to drink during the day. Never used to drink at all. It's just a little habit I picked up from men.
True story. Except I still don't drink. Fuck them. There's Milwaukee. Ooh! Oh, but those were filters. Those were filters. I don't really look like that. Um, where is Lockie? Or sorry, Harley. I've always been a dog mom. Oh yes, we were evacuated. There's me without eyebrows, everybody. Beer goggles. Red flags. All these challenges, I thought they were hilarious, but then they just turned out super lame. That's my old backyard in Alberta. Again, and my work. This is boring. I don't like doing this. Whatever. I want to find Harley. That was my girl dinner. Wish my sound worked because all of these are actually kind of cute. Oh my god, you have to listen to this one.
Eat your supper. Okay, please eat your supper. Eat.
So darn cute. Obviously a few years ago. Work again. Harley's coming up. Don't worry about it. This one's cute. Sort of.
Bye.
It was back in the day when I had 2 grandkids. That was 2024. That's what I do for work. Nobody cares about that. There's my daughters. And this is my level of delusion that I love to live in temporarily. Don't know what that is. There's a few of my grandkids, I guess. Look at them. They're so flipping cute. I have one more. Where's Harley? There he is. All right. Can watch this one second time.
Some more.
He's eating a banana.
Do you want some?
Yeah, how long do idiots live? Apparently, according to TikTok, it was 13 years. I don't want to go back to it. That's our trip to Cancun last year. My room was phenomenal. It was fantastic. There's music to it, but I'm pretty sure that would copyright me. Probably doesn't even play the music anyways, so I'll keep it muted. I loved this room. I loved everything about it. Am I reposting? I'm not reposting TikToks. Am I? It's not reposting, is it? How embarrassing. So pretty. Nice. It's nice. That's my brother. We didn't have joining rooms, but I could see his room from my balcony. Oh, there's my guided tour of Lansdowne. Do you guys remember this? I am not reposting, am I really? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So here's the, I think,
Go up here. And so on the right is the road that Janie mentioned, like they walked to, or like Daniel was driving down. This is like a dirt road. Then up here on the left are the cabins that Ken was talking about yesterday, I think. And the day that they went missing, I walked down.
yeah, sound, even with
So
the
it's just up here
camera
on the right.
switched off, doesn't work. This is all on my TikTok. Why don't I do TikTok lives? Well, because I don't have enough followers to do TikTok lives on this account. On the um on the podcast TikTok, I've got like I think 6,000 followers, and I have done a live on there before. Just in the Delphi days, I did one. But yeah, right. And that's not the same branding at all. But if I can get into it, I'm not opposed to doing TikTok lives. Absolutely. Um, this is funny.
Full-blown four-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
Because they looked so happy, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Here's my Harley. Loves road trip. I can't even get him in the truck anymore. So, there's my Harley for his birthday. It's the one we just watched. On my way to Kelowna. On my way to Alberta. Poor dog. Like, he's such a good sport. He's such a good sport. He's always just happy. He's always just happy to be a part of it, but we cannot get him in the truck anymore. So it's a problem. It's a problem. Let me just. Do you have a TikTok, Melissa?
So I have two. So I have one that I logged in, I guess, with my computer, but I have one that's on my phone as well. But I haven't logged into it, and I can't tell you how long.
Does anybody know how to log out of TikTok up here, maybe? There is. I do have a TikTok for the podcast.
It says right there,
Whatever.
log out.
Log out, and then I can log into the other one. Sorry. Let me see. Don't really want to because I don't remember my password, but we'll give it a shot anyways, because if I can do TikTok lives, I'll do that. Like if there's a certain number of people. Why does it say that though? Um, this one's gotta be. Nope. Email. True crime story pod. Is that what it's called? Yes. At gmail.com. Password is probably this. And if it's not, we're hooped. It's not. Dropped. Sure. Send a code. This is fun. You guys are. What? What is this? That was neat. I like that better than I like the whole click here for you are not a robot. Well, it's not sending me a code, you guys. What do I do? Oh, never mind. There it is. Your code is. Where is it? 978. And. Alright, let's try this. Since it wasn't that before, we'll try it this time. Give it a shot. Ooh! Logged in. That's not true crime story. What's going on? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I got like 5,500 followers on. How did that get there? That's supposed to be on my personal one. That's funny. I was wondering what happened to that. Anyways, so there we go. I guess I can if I wanted to. Excellent. We can start doing TikTok lives if you're into it. Sure. Sure thing. We didn't even have that many videos, really. But they got some good action, like 70,000, 98,000 views and shit. So it is what it is. I could try it. Sure, why not?
You just have to be
So we
careful with TikTok.
Why?
Because, well, I don't know for sure because I haven't tried it going live on TikTok and YouTube. But I know a lot of times TikTok is more particular about words that can be said and things of that nature. Yeah, like you can't say drugs, you have to say rugs or math or stuff like that, from what I understand, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, and like since I've got Seaweed and Gren, they seem to like their TikTok lives. They can definitely, come up on panel. I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't mind. Like I was in Hidden in the Fog last night and oh my god, I forgot I posted that video. We're gonna have to watch this one. It's pretty good. No offense, Daniel and Janie, if you're watching, but I just found it fucking hilarious. It was months ago. Anyways, I was in Hidden in the Fog and she had 200,000 likes on her live stream. I don't even. Right, I want to watch this and then Ian's in the shower to take me for my gourmet burger, so we'll end it soon. But I want to watch this because it's funny, and I hope the sound works because it's too good.
Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. Why? You lying so much. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. Why? You lying so much. Why the fuck you lying? Why?
I can't explain why I am the way that I am, but I did. Like I really, did you guys hear the sound? It was pretty good. Anyways, no offense to anybody. Don't worry, you are missed. I think they may send an SO. I told him last night that they were looking for him last night, so whatever. He doesn't need to join anybody else. He is mine. So that's property stamp. There you go. Anyways, do you have anything else you'd like to say, Melissa, before we call this one?
No, I'm pretty quiet tonight. Happy birthday and have fun.
Yeah, and when are you home again? What's your schedule? What's going on?
So I have to leave tomorrow morning to go back to work. And then I have court Tuesday or Monday. I don't remember. And then I leave for Niles, Michigan. And I probably won't be home for like another 2 weeks.
All right. Well, I was gonna say, well, we'll wait until Melissa gets back to do any. Oh, look, there's my mom. Yeah, sorry, I didn't answer your call. I was busy with my friends here. But thank you. And but I was gonna say, let's wait till Melissa gets back to do our next live stream. But no, that's not gonna happen. Let's try to do a TikTok live, you guys. So if you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok. And I wonder, can you stream your TikTok live to YouTube? Is that a thing? I want to make sure. I don't know. Give it a shot. Why not? You're wrong, Gren. You're wrong. You're wrong there. Okay. So, Mom, thanks for being here, but we're ending it. I've been here for 2 hours and 14 minutes, and I'm going to Red Robin. I'm going to have a gourmet burger, possibly a Caesar, maybe not. I don't know yet. And more than likely a piece of cheesecake. We'll see. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Melissa. I hope you stay safe at work, and I'll do a live stream soon. We'll do this soon. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. Okay, bye.
Down the rabbit hole where it stops, no